Welcome to this quick introduction to the Servicely Intelligent Service Management Platform. We'll have a look at what exactly Servicely is, and then we'll do a quick demo to demonstrate some of the concepts that we'll refer to. So what exactly is Servicely? Well, Servicely is an intelligent service management platform or native SaaS application run in the cloud and provides to customers the ability to move work between employees and departments. We also support external customers, so you can certainly have a single system that's providing both internal IT service desk support to your employees as well as customer case management for external if that is a requirement, all on a single system. So we provide to you a single architecture with shared resources, a single data model, the ability to create your own custom applications on the platform, all built on a service automation platform. We take that a step further and we provide an embedded AI capability. And the AI capability extends beyond the traditional, the classic chatbot capability. So we have a rich natural language understanding engine in the platform that understands users' descriptions of issues and is able to extract things like intents and entities to be able to do intelligent things with those. In addition to that, we're able to track what actions and activities are being taken to resolve particular issues by service desk agents, and then use that information to augment the more junior or more recent service desk agents to be able to be as efficient as somebody who's been on the service desk for 2 years. So significantly reducing the ramp time for new service desk agents. So what we provide to you out the box is a feature-rich IT service management application, including all your core processes that you need to run your service desk. That's been built on our experience of implementing over 250 service desks for various customers, various sizes across industries, and we've used that as a pragmatic approach to deliver to you an out-the-box IT service management capability that you could effectively switch on and use from day one. Some customers require some tweaks and minor changes to the process to support their particular requirements, things like category structures, etc. Those are all very easily achieved in order to get you up and running with minimal cost and disruption. In addition to that, what we provide to you is the platform capability to build your own custom applications. Those are all fully integrated into the platform and also have the benefit of the AI engine. So any custom application that you build on the platform has native access to the AI engine to drive automation through understanding and using the natural language model. So the enterprise service model really gives you this integrated platform that allows you to move work across the organization. It's worth noting our approach to AI is different to the traditional approach, which requires tens of thousands of records, offline training, publishing of models, etc. So first and foremost, when we're looking at machine learning, it's critical to have the data in order to train the machine. So no different to humans, if you're unable to provide training examples or knowledge transfer, then humans are unable to solve particular issues. So what we provide is a mechanism by which we observe how your best agents are resolving particular issues. We learn from these behaviors by having captured the data in the observe stage. We then augment your service agents in providing to them recommendations based on how similar issues have been solved. Those recommendations could be anything from who should this particular call be assigned to for second level. It could include recommendations on category or classification structures. It could include things like recommendations on which knowledge is most relevant. Keeping in mind, because we're using natural language, that knowledge recommendation is not limited to pure keyword searching. It's actually using a semantic understanding as well as understanding which knowledge articles had previously been used to solve similar issues. And ultimately, through that augmentation process, we're able to have a reinforced learning cycle. And as the system gets better over time, we're able to then start to fully automate some of those calls via self-service. So a very unique approach of observe, learn, augment, and automate. Well, what are the benefits of intelligent service management? Well, reduced cost per ticket is a critical thing for organizations, especially in the current time. How do I fundamentally do more with less? How do I improve customer satisfaction? So sure, we can reduce the number of people on the service desk, offshore the service desk, do all the cost saving options available to get more with less, but ultimately we often see that that has a unintended impact on the customer satisfaction. So how do you do more with less while still improving customer satisfaction? And it's really through automation and what AI technologies offer you. We're able to assist in reducing downtime, as mentioned, semantic search, really breaking down the knowledge silos. So we know organizations often have knowledge sitting in Microsoft SharePoint or Atlassian's Confluence. How do I bring all of that knowledge together, but then also have a semantic understanding of that knowledge, not pure keyword based, to ensure I get the right knowledge article based on the user's particular query. We improve first call resolution and ultimately able to significantly reduce resolution times through the augmentation, which we'll see in a moment in the demo session. So what do the economics or the business case for an intelligent platform actually look like? If we take a typical organization that has 10,000 calls to the service desk per month, we're able to see that using self-service, we can significantly increase the rate of self-service resolution through a combination of the virtual agent, presenting the right knowledge at the right time, or even presenting the right service catalog item to the user to complete in order to drive automation. We're able to significantly increase the first call resolution rate, again, by augmenting the service agents and providing them the right information at the right time, be that which actions they should be taking to diagnose or resolve a particular issue, or which knowledge article may be relevant based on the description of the issue that they're resolving. We're then able to see in doing this automation is we're able to significantly reduce the average call handle time. And we'll see in a moment exactly how that works, where we're using AI to drive this automation and how that brings down that call handle time. Ultimately, that has a direct impact on the cost. Doing more with less, fundamentally, I have more capacity at the same cost base, so I'm therefore more efficient and I can then have a lower cost per call rate. We're also able to, for second level, when a call goes back to second level, not only are we able to provide a similar benefit of relevant knowledge, relevant actions, we're also able to, which we'll see in a moment, how either at self-service or at first level, capture meaningful information around the particular issue at that point in time and making that available to second level to be more efficient and effective at resolving calls. And as we can see, we're able to have significant cost savings using an intelligent service management platform. I'm happy to share the calculator that's been used. These numbers that have been used are industry baseline costs from the analysts. I'm more than happy to share the calculator with you. You can then punch in your own numbers as you see fit, and ultimately that'll present to you an annual saving cost. And regardless of the cost, I can assure you the whole concept of AI automation is going to deliver significant economic benefit to your organization. So with that, let's have a look at what does this actually look like and how do we realize these benefits. So we have over here a Servicely instance. I'm logged in as the administrator, so I obviously get to see everything. If I were to simply hide that, this is our standard out-the-box self-service portal, fully configurable and customizable by you, the customer, to meet your specific requirements for your corporate standards, etc. A few quick things on the portal. We can see over here we have full catalog support capability, so I can go in and order myself an iPhone, which is capacity, and I can have that automatically done for me from the catalog. I can also have multi catalog categories, so I might want to have things where I go and apply for leave. What is my start date and what is my end date, and I need leave because I've been working really, really hard over the past period. These catalog items are very easy to create, so essentially any paper-based form that you have today, we can digitize that in the platform, attach a workflow, including approvals and tasks and all these things, and have that now all managed in this system of work that we provide to you with the Servicely platform. So if I go back to the portal and a user happens to come in and has a situation where they forgot their password, they may either type something in, or in the interest of this session, we'll simply do that via voice. I forgot my password. What we see over here is the virtual agent now comes up and understands which applications this user has access to and prompts the user on which application is it that you have an issue. The user in this instance says it's Outlook. What we see over here is the system understands that that particular application uses our single sign-on or our corporate SSO authentication method. The system has then gone and actually checked the account in real time to see what the current status is of that user account, and it has come back and said that your account looks fine. Would you like to reset your password? If the account had been disabled for some reason or locked out, we could also have a different behavior. If it's been disabled, well, maybe the person's left the organization and the system would say, well, sorry, your account's disabled. I'll log a call for you and someone will get in touch. So very flexible on how we handle the various conversations. So in this instance, yes, I'd like to reset my password. I get the security challenge questions. And again, we see the system goes off and says, I'll unlock your account for you. Comes back and says, okay, great. I've unlocked your account. Please check that it works. User goes in. Yep, it's all good. And users able to go back to doing what they were doing. Resolve, never hit the service desk, fully automated process. What we're also able to do is to take that a step further than the traditional password reset, although to be honest, that's probably the single highest calls that we tend to see coming into the service desk, but we can really extend the system beyond that. And I could have, how much leave do I have? This is probably more of an HR question, you would imagine. So what we can see over here is the system's come in and said, I understand you're inquiring about your leave balance. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, what kind of leave are you looking at? For those international viewers, long service leave is an Australian leave entitlement. If you've been with an organization for more than 10 years, you get additional leave. In this instance, we'll simply say that it's for annual leave. And the system again has gone off and automatically we've integrated it with Workday, and in this instance it's automatically gone off and collected or retrieved my leave days due or leave balance and come back and provided me with the answer. Is there anything I can help you with? No, I know I have leave. Now we could go on to have, would you like to log a leave request, and have that fully automated through the process. Anything else I can help you with? No, good. Have a good day. If we take that one step further and look at other kinds of requests that we often see, organizations using something like a catalog item to go and capture information, which still ultimately ends up in a manual process in the back end. What we can do is we can automate something like a guest Wi-Fi access request. So, understand you'd like a guest access pass to the wireless network. Could be a contractor coming in to do some work. Yes. Who is the person that we need to request this for? When are they coming in tomorrow? We need it for 1 week. So you want it for John Wayne from these dates to this dates. Is that correct? Yes. And what we will see over here is I'm going to provision. We're able to access the wireless provisioning system, automatically provision them and provide them with the passcode. And you'll note over here is the system has also sent me an email with those details. So fully automated with an audit trail of that process. So a lot of powerful capability via self-service to really empower the user and get issues solved quickly. So if we now step into what does it look like on the service agent side, we'll see from a Servicely perspective is we're a full IT service management capability. We have everything from knowledge bases, including the support for multiple knowledge bases within the organization, be that HR, etc. We're also able to provide interactions, which is a mechanism by which we can triage calls if we're not quite sure, is this an incident or is it a request? So all of that provided out the box. Within ITSM, we can see we have all our core ITSM processes. And over here, I may go in and say, right, create a new incident. Who's the person that's calling? And Jack has said that he has an issue with his Salesforce password, possibly. So Salesforce password issue. What we see now is the system understood from that, using the natural language engine, that the classification for this particular item should be a user management forgot password. It's able to extract the service from that, and it's understood who the assignment group should be. We see over here in the audit trail, this is Sophie, the system of intelligence, that has extracted the service, the classification, and the assignment group, and it's automated that process. It has taken it a step further, and we'll see over here there's knowledge recommendations, but importantly, there's also an action that's been recommended to the service desk agent to say, based on previous calls like this, you may want to execute this action. You can see over here we've enabled this for demo purposes so that you can actually see the natural language engine working in the background, and we can see that it's pretty confident that this is a password reset. If I now go and say execute that action, we will see that Salesforce password has been reset and an email has been sent to him. I can then simply go and click on resolved. That call's resolved, and I'm now able to move on to the next call. So significantly reducing the swivel chair required to resolve these kinds of issues. Within the system full workflow capability, so if we have a look over here, we can see this call went from new to set to resolved, and is currently set to resolved. We'll track the bounce rate of the call as it may move across between the various statuses, and that'll track all the SLAs, etc. So all of that delivered out the box and ready to go. If we take that a step further and, let's say Desmond calls in and Desmond says that, my SAP session is locked. SAP session is locked. What we see again is the system of intelligence is able to identify the service, the classification, and the support, and those fields are automatically set. We take that a step further this time, and we see that the system also understood that the most probable action you're going to take when you have this kind of issue is to go and check the SAP session for this particular user. We see over here the system's gone off automatically in machine time, checked that, come back and said, yes, it's locked. The system has then come back and said, okay, based on that session being locked, the next most probable action that you're going to want to take is unlock the SAP session. Service desk agent says, yeah, that pretty much sounds like the action I would take. They simply click on there. We see over there that the session is unlocked, and we're able to set that call to resolved and move on to the next call. So really driving automation using AI. If we now have a look at another example, which is a fairly common request coming into the service desk, it could be, let's say Jack is calling in, or actually let's do myself. Dion is calling in and he'd like to be added to the marketing distribution list. So the service desk agent does something as simple as add Dion to the marketing distribution list. What we see again, system understands exactly what the classification is, automates that, provides us an indication to say, hey, I found an action that may be very relevant. What we can see over here again is the natural language engine doing its work and extracting what it is that we're wanting to do. This is a group access, high confidence. Who is it for? It's for Dion Williams. And what is the entity that we're wanting to add this to? And it's the marketing group. I'll now go and say execute. And what you'll see over here is we have the option to have actions where we can give the service desk agent the ability to change those values or to add in any additional values. They can simply say submit, and we can see that Dion has now been added successfully. I can then set that to resolved. That call's resolved, and I can move on to the next one. So hopefully that gives you a good sense of the service management platform, how we use artificial intelligence to not only drive self-service improvement, but also to allow you to be more efficient on the service desk and how the system is able to learn. If I were to go, what does that learning look like very quickly? If I were to go in here and select a user has called, and that particular user said, I am hungry, need food, we'll see that the system simply doesn't understand. It's never seen a requirement like this and therefore doesn't take any automated activities. As the service agents continue to capture more calls like this and take actions, the system will learn from that, and the system will then start to automate the classification, the assignment, the recommendations on knowledge, etc. So I think if I have in this system, what is the travel policy, we'll see the system comes in over here, and I can see it goes and retrieves the knowledge that's most relevant. I don't have much demo data in the system, but you can see it's gone and had a look and pulled up. It could be an expense claim, or is it leave without pay policy. So full knowledge integration. Again, this knowledge isn't limited to our internal knowledge source. It could be external knowledge that we're presenting to the user at this point. So hopefully that gives you a really good sense of the Servicely service management platform, how we use artificial intelligence to drive automation, and how that can help save costs while improving service experience. If you'd like to have a one-on-one session and really dive into the Servicely platform of how we're able to configure and how easy it is to modify forms and create your own applications, please reach out to info@servicely.ai, and we'll be happy to have a session with you. Thank you, and keep an eye out for our next session, where we will actually build an intelligent application on the platform from start to finish and demonstrate how the system learns and starts to automate. Thank you.